product research, our favorite topic. And today I'm here to give you another product research video, and this has been my most favorite way to do product research in the last couple of months, and I find really great products this way. It's not the typical entering the product parameters and everything else, or just even going down the rabbit hole, none of that. This one's really cool and you're gonna get a lot of benefit from it, so let's go. Hey, it's me, Karina. Welcome back to my daily Amazon FBA videos. If you need help with product research, then you are in the right place. And to help you even more, I am attaching below a product validation guide that you can download, and you can really take your product and see the next steps, what you need to do with it in order to validate it and potentially start selling it. So you can get that, you should get that. It's gonna help you out right below this video. But for now, let's move into amazing product research tactics. This one has been working out really well, and it's a great way to find products that not many people or any people at all are looking for. Okay, so right now I am in Helium 10, and by the way, if you do want a discount to it, I have 50% off the first month or 10% off every single month. You can use the code Karina50 or Karina10. It's also linked down below. So I'm here right now, I'm in the magnet tool, and how I like to do this, you know that I like to teach this business model low risk, which means finding markets that have a demand but they don't have as much competition, where you need to do these crazy giveaways and give away your units and all of that, because that can be very hard on your pocket, and I want you to be encouraged and actually do this business model. So we're going to be looking, of course, for markets that are manageable and you can still be profitable without breaking the bank and without having the nasty hijackers, any of that. And if you do need an in-depth program, I have one. It's Amazon FBA INTOAMILLI, literally A to Z. I have 2 modules just specifically on product research, and this method is one of them. So what we're gonna do, we're actually gonna just literally think of something super random and put it in the magnet tool. I'm just gonna go with games. Now this is very broad, and of course we're not trying to launch games, but we're going to find other terms. So magnet basically extracts words that are similar to games that games will be getting sales for as well. So we're going to find ones that are not so broad and so general and so competitive. We're going to scroll down to the words that have a lower search volume, and that way we can really find key words that have a demand, low competition, and we can analyze those markets. Okay, so when we analyze the markets, we can also think of and go, first we can go down the rabbit hole when we analyze these words and kind of take it to the next level, see what the other seller is selling, just the basic, right? But this is great for brand building and for expanding your niche. So if you have, for example, one product and you don't know what else to launch, you can look at similar words that might be in similar categories, because the magnet already pulled those words in, so it could give you a lot of ideas. So as you can see, it pulled up games, and the search volume per month on Amazon is very high. It's 221,000, which is way too much. We don't want anything like this, but what we do want is all of these other ones, right? So we can organize search volume from highest to lowest, and we're not interested in the highest search volume. We're interested in the lower part. So even all of these, I just scroll right past them, and I like to go down. And I also like to pay attention to the CPR 8-day giveaway, because that's going to give me an average of what that seller is selling on a day. So if I take this number and divide it by 8, that's going to give me an idea of what the daily sales are, what I can match, and can I match that with PPC. So obviously if it's 10 sales a day and it's a profitable market, you can definitely launch the product with just PPC and do great without having to do any crazy tactics. So let's actually just go past through all of these and go down to the lower volumes. Like, even this is a good page to start in. Anything like, let's look at this one, right? Obviously you don't want to do Game Boy or big brands. What you want to do is kind of scroll through these and see what comes up, and whatever you type into here literally could be so random. It could be games, cat toys, dog supplies, pet supplies, just any, like literally anything you think of, just type it in here, and that's the beauty of this method. So let's see what is on here. So unstable unicorns, for example, I would have never thought of that. 20,000 people are searching for this. I have no idea what it is. Okay, maybe it's a brand, maybe it's not a brand, but I mean, it's interesting. Llamas Unleashed is coming up for this. I have absolutely no idea what this is, but let's run the extension on this, again, helium 10, and find out what is going on with these random products. And a lot of the times you're gonna find some really interesting things that you would have never thought of. So first off, the sales aren't really great here. Some people are doing well, some aren't. So you want to first look at the revenue, right? Oh no, those are sales. Hold on a second. Sorry, misread that. Let's look at the sales. The sales, in fact, sales are high, right? That's not the revenue number. That's the sale number. The revenue is right here, and it's doing a lot of money. The reviews are also low. Do you see what I mean? Now, I'm not gonna go and dive into this really deep and go analyze all the brands and take it to step 2. This is just trying to show you a method so you can test it out, right? So revenue's there. It's still too high for my opinion. I wouldn't try to compete with something that high, but the review count is really low. And if you find a market that where the revenue is lower than this, let's say over 5,000, 10,000, 15, whatever, and the reviews are low, then that's great. Then you look at the price, see if you can be profitable. The one thing I am noticing right off the bat right here, 2 things. First off, it's heavily brand dominated by Tea Turtle, and also it's 100% completely Amazon dominated. Right here you can see this should be set FBA for third-party sellers. It says Amazon, so Amazon selling this item. Only 2 people are actual Amazon sellers, FBA third-party sellers like you and I, but everything else is Amazon. So this is something I would completely write off and not do just based off of that. So I would continue going and going. I wouldn't also like tech gifts for men. I wouldn't do something as general as that. I would see what else is there, such as wooden blocks. What could this possibly be? Let's open this one, okay? This definitely looks, I don't know if it's patented. I don't know anything about this, right? This is something you would do when you would take a product to step 2. Oops, Viral Launch. I guess let's try to analyze it with Viral Launch. Whatever extension you have, whether it's Viral Launch, Helium 10, Jungle Scout, take a look, okay? Let's see what the revenue is for this and the reviews. And literally, you want to continue doing this for the whatever you typed in. And honestly, there are a lot of options. And this is why I love this so much. And you don't have to stop here. Like I said, you can find, let's say you pull up one of these sellers and go to his storefront, see what else is he selling, because that's the best way to do product research is you take several factors and you kind of mix them together. For example, you do based on keyword research, you do the product research, then you from that you do the rabbit hole method where you start to look into seller storefronts, and that way you could potentially find someone that no one else is finding. So you keep decreasing the chances of another person seeing your product, right? So again, I see that this is heavily brand dominated by Melissa and Doug, but the sales are definitely there and the price maybe is there. I don't know how much this takes to source. The reviews are, I mean, they're not bad. There are a few people that are doing quite high. Maybe 4 are already approaching 1,000, or even, well, 3 have 1,000, one's approaching 1,000. So the reviews are a little high. I don't like that factor, but I do like the fact that the sales are there. And it's interesting because if you do other methods, sometimes it's hard to find markets with stable sales. But for some reason, with this method, most markets tend to have stable sales, and that's a good direction to be going after. So maybe these wooden blocks are brand dominated, but maybe whoever the seller is, Melissa and Doug, alphabetical, educational, wooden toy, whatever, maybe they have other games in their storefront that they're launching that are less popular than this, that are not dominated by them. Maybe they're trying to enter a new type of game, and you can do the research on that game and see maybe they're not dominating that game. Maybe you can go in and do well with that, right? So do you see how this works? It's quite great. So just keep on going. Like I said, don't go under these general things such as kid games, toys. There's too many variations, but you want to find random things you wouldn't have thought of, things that are unique, like Sequence, a board game. Even this. I don't know what this is. This looks like something that would be in Target, and it looks like a brand, so I'm not gonna get into this. Be careful with games too. There's a lot of brands, so you don't want to like infringe on the copyright and the trademarks and all that legal jazz, but just do the research. This is just an idea. Games is definitely something that's more like patented and more sold in big stores, so you want to be careful with that. But again, like I mentioned, you can type in anything you want, and good luck. Let me know how this goes for you. Honestly, send me a message. All the links are down below. If you need a program, I have an all-inclusive one. It's amazing. It's down below. I have one-on-one coaching. Don't forget to download your product validation guide down below. It's going to help you out. Subscribe, like. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.